I just got out of the shower. I feel like it's like,
Like sweaty, red? Did you work out?
yeah, I worked out and then I don't turn this on. And then I basically just like ran here as quick as possible, but I got a time to get in the shower. Thanks for pushing it back a little bit. Give me some time.
There were some crazy lines those guys said. I hadn't heard. Like I watched the first 10 minutes on my own, and then I watched Hiller's video. There were some crazy lines. There was some guy who sounds like Dolph Lundgren, right? Like the gay version of Dolph Lundgren, and he's like, "They are upset at Brian Friend because he travels to non-CrossFit events." Like,
this is why your country is being overran, people.
how? Where would that even come from?
Who knows, dude?
Does Brian tell them that story? That shit is crazy. Why would I care? I've never even thought about that. Not even for like 1 second, not even a half a second. They're not Russian, you ignoramus. I don't care. They all sound like the same to me. They all sound the same. Oh shit, the generator just went on. There was a theme there that we wanted to be in the in club and we wanted to be on the inside and all this. Hey, I was thinking, I don't know how to say this with any humility. Dude, we are the club. Like, do you understand that there is we are the club. We got kicked out. We were inside. I was an inside dog. I got turned into an outside dog, and I built my own house. And I say this with, I guess, no humility either. If I spent even, if I didn't spend only 10% on this and the other 90% on my kids, if I took away just 20% of my effort from my kids and put it towards this, I would own CrossFit. I would take it away. I say that, I have no desire to do that, but I say that with peace and love and I wouldn't even try. It would just be an accident. It would be an accident. It's like my morning shits, like all my shits. I don't even try. Like you're crazy. Like you're crazy. I think we're trying to be in some club. There's no one who's been more critical of CrossFit or more positive or more everything than the group of people that I roll with. So you're bow down before the great Sevon. Thank you. Yeah.
It's funny because Jeff knows it's true too.
I know. He's
He
not
won't
being
ever admit it, but
yeah. Hey, dude, that's not facetious. That's not facetious.
Could you imagine? We didn't even have a jacuzzi.
KF, I'm gonna do you a favor right now. I just put you on timeout. There you go. That's it. Just put you on timeout. You don't even have to say anything. You're just on timeout.
Just thought he was here. That's it. You're out of here, buddy.
Sevon Overlord. I'm the old guy and I'm just doing what I do. So Dave Castro said he could beat up Josh Bridges in a fight if he wanted to, and even if I didn't want to, I could act. If I didn't have these kids, the only thing protecting CrossFit from me is my kids. You guys should all send a thank you note to my kids. Did Oh Baby Beast buy it?
Could you imagine?
So the word on the street, well, as you know, and Sousa, feel free to jump in and take over once you get your engine running. There were all sorts of rumors that CrossFit was going to be for sale. From the second that Rosa bought it, there was a time frame set, 4 or 5 years, whatever that timeline is for private equity to flip a company. And at the same time, it's so weird. It's like because Rosa said it was going to be a lifetime job for him, and then we know what happened with Rosa. He overhired and overextended the company. He fired Dave. He brought in all the DEI people, brought in the adequate, coloreds and gays and women and did all that shit. And then fired Dave, fired the Mexican. And then from there, Dave was brought back and Rosa was fired. And then they brought in a very kind gentleman, Don Fall, with an exquisite resume. And then there was a whole nother turnover of people. while Dave and Nicole stayed. And of course they had crazy sex scandals, and not Dave and Nicole, but of course there were all sorts of scandals and shit happening there that they had to keep on the DL. And they had all sorts of like internal issues with people working there who just hated CrossFit. It went from an employment brand that everyone loved going to every day to just like, holy shit, it's like a fucking roller coaster and you just want to get off, but you can't because you're trying to make money during the COVID years, right?
Definitely.
And because you have a love-hate with it because you love CrossFit. So that's basically where the company's at. Meanwhile, as CrossFit's like out at sea getting battered and losing their voice more and more, and CrossFit's hiring marketing companies like in New York City to be like, can you tell us who we are? While they're doing that, the social media from the dumbest people in the community, the athletes, no offense, is getting just louder and louder. And thank you, sir, for my coffee. I appreciate it.
Nice. Look at you and deliveries, huh?
And I'm so excited about tomorrow morning's guest, Max Stossel.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool.
Yeah, no offense, and it's maybe I'm just using shorthand. They're not stupid. They're just, I mean, there are some really fucking intelligent athletes out there who've had some real life experiences. Hattie Canyo, Colton Mertens, you know what I mean? Like they've James Sprague. Like there's some depth to their character, you know what I mean? And they're pretty mature and smart for their age. But there's a handful of other people who are just retards. All right, Jeff, you're on timeout too.
Oh, you time out, Jeff. Oh, I was just gonna say. I was waiting for you, and I was gonna be like, hey, you know what's funny about Jeff is like every 10 comments, he'll put something that's like pretty damn funny. You know, like
I agree. I love Jeff.
Like I've always felt like we've kept him around. Like he's beat me down pretty good sometimes, and I've been like, damn. But then every now and then he'll hit you with like a comment that's like,
okay.
Nice,
Barry
like,
McCockiner, you're on timeout too. Oh no, you have a wrench.
Damn,
oh shit! No, I think
wow.
I just put Barry McCockiner on timeout.
Holy, you're just shooting from the hip today, huh?
I might have accidentally kicked Barry McCockiner off the show altogether.
Damn,
anybody
could get it.
Oh, his comments were removed. Jesus Christ! Anybody. Oh, I just banned him. How do I unban him?
I got it.
Sorry, Barry.
Don't worry.
My comedy bit. That's what happens when you let someone play with a little power.
Exactly. Oh, oops, damn it. We got another one. I'm sorry, guys.
Frank was giving me a compliment.
Was it? Damn it. Did he come back to apologize to me to realize I was right all along?
Definitely Sebi the Overlord. I can't even see with these glasses. They're fogging up.
Oh man, sorry guys.
So then, the company is run on some really hardcore foundational principles where the leader does need to be really dogmatic and strong, and squat below parallel, the pyramid, nutrition's the foundation, test of fitness, affiliates first, just shit like that.
Yeah, there's even a new lipness test. It's Hiller.
Right.
You got to be a strong enough leader to wrangle that guy in and deal with him.
Right. So there's all this going on, that's kind of the situation and the ecosystem. And then of course there's the creature that is Annette, of course, right? And so there's all this shit going on, but it's still chugging along because it can't be stopped because it is the people here, it's the personal accountability, personal responsibility bunch, and they're strong and they're powerful, and it's changed their life. They're not going to let anyone take God from them. You know what I mean? They were reborn in CrossFit, and now they know how to teach it. So there's fucking, Jesus had 13 apostles. I mean, CrossFit's got thousands, right? It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So then there starts to become rumblings of a sale, and in those rumblings of a sale, there becomes some sort of strategic move. I guess it's a strategic move, but then Don announces, clears up the rumors and says, yes, it is for sale.
Yeah.
So then the rumors keep coming, and we keep coming, and we hear that there's 3 prospective buyers, right? That's kind of the rumors out there. And then I think some people were like actually vocal. I think at least one group was actually vocal about it publicly. It was
Sean,
the one with the Olympian girl.
yeah, I forget their last name.
Yeah, was that with the WTF too? Was that some sort of mixture WTF? And
I think there was some commingling there. I don't think it was like I don't know if they came out right and said it, but
okay,
there was definitely some commingling there. Yeah.
okay. When you buy CrossFit, is it largely IP? Well, it's the affiliate, it's the seminar. Basically, all you're really buying, you're buying the seminar, and you're buying a bunch of trademarks, and that's it.
Well, and what he's talking about too is like with that IP comes the affiliate ship, and that's what you were alluding to with Dave Castro, the $400 million man.
Right.
Is because
Well,
all
the
those
affiliates
IPs
are
and stuff don't mean anything if all the affiliates just run away.
well,
I mean, you got a trademark, don't get me wrong, but if all of a sudden it becomes Kleenex or Elevator or Pilates and you can't wrangle everybody to wrap your hands around that to protect it, you're screwed.
oh, that's interesting. But they would still own and have the rights solely to sell the seminars. Like you can't take in level 1, run it through AI and have it rewrite it and then teach it somewhere else. CrossFit would come after you if you did that.
I would imagine so.
Yeah. Okay. So and that's basically, that's like really what you're buying, and then a few trademarks, right?
Yeah.
Whatever the trademarks are. Let's just say the fittest human being in the world, which is huge. I think that's a huge trademark to have. Like if someone like Red Bull got their hands on it, I think they could do something fun with it.
It's a massive global brand, no doubt.
And also, it's like so much easier to tell when your friends, hey, you want to watch this competition for the fittest human being in the world than the Will Morad championships.
Mm-hmm.
So, and anything with fitness in it, it's kind of it's silly. I think that, like, it's just like, you know what I mean. Like I think it's just silly. It's too generic for me.
Yeah.
So, like I think there was an IPF or IFP or something like that at one point, or even Grid's cooler than those. Oh, can you hear that? Can you hear my generator going?
I can a little bit, yeah. Not now though. No.
So basically, now that we're getting closer to the sale, there becomes some serious issues with the sale, because there's obviously people who are selling it who want their cut, right? So they want it to go to the highest bidder, like a real estate agent. And then there's the people who are buying it, and then there's the real issue of like the affiliates. On some level, they don't have to be happy with the new owner, but they have to think that they're happy with the new owner.
Got a campaign. That's
and so sure. because when the company sells, there'll be something in the contract that says, we're giving you $100 million for CrossFit Inc., but if more than 3,000 affiliates leave in the first year or the first 6 months, we are not going to give. You got to give us half the money back, or the sales off, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
So then they got to figure out that plan. Okay, I thought you were going to say something. So
yeah, I'm sorry, I was like looking at some of these comments in here. Everybody's like all pissed off as if we're like edging them the whole time or something. Like, I don't know what they want.
No. Oh, the company, you can go. The company sold. The company sold today. You're done. The company sold today. That's it. That's the news. I'm just getting you caught up. The company sold today. It looks like Dave Castro will be staying, and it looks like Jada Coons will be staying, and everyone else I don't know. And the reason why I'm making this prediction, the reason why I'm making this guess, is that Dave made a post today on his Instagram. Dave made a post today on his Instagram. First of all, what's he doing in New York?
Right. Yeah, we touched base on that on Monday.
Yeah, and let's look at Dave. Let's look at Dave's Instagram here.
You got it? You want me to pull it up?
I got it. Thank you. There's this. And East River CrossFit. I'm guessing that's in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's this guy. All right, cool. All right, bye.
Triple.
Then there's more New York. Oh shit, where is it? Oh, did he take it down?
No.
Oh, here it is. Okay, sorry, it's at the very beginning. So this MoveMax.official is who I am making the strong guess is the guy who bought CrossFit, and the fact that Dave has hashtag I love CrossFit. Oh, that's funny. I remember it saying I love CrossFit too. And then it has this Dacoons tag down here at the bottom.
Oh, good catch. I did not even see that.
And well, I didn't see it either. Someone had to tell me. And that someone it's down here on the very bottom.
Yeah, I spotted that myself, guys. Just so you know.
Yeah, that's Jay Dacoons. And I've only heard in all the years, anytime I've heard, probably the half dozen times I've heard Dave mention Jay Dacoons, I've only heard good things about Dacoons. I think Dave and him have a pretty good working relationship, and maybe I don't know, maybe I'd even say friendship. Malik's group, yeah, that'll be things that will unfold. We don't know if it's he wrote a check for it, or he had his buddies pay for it, or like if I had to guess, I would say it's another Rosa situation. We're going to be told that he bought it, but really he's just like a 1% owner.
Okay.
And so he posts this, and I've never seen Dave post anything like this or anything related to Malik ever before. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he's in New York, and I'm going to make the assumption that there is a negotiation there based on the fact that he's back in New York after he said he wouldn't go back to Albany, and based on the fact that Don Fall said the company's for sale, and based on the fact of all the rumblings we're hearing, and that Jay Dacoons is there. There's some presuppositions built on top of presuppositions.
Yeah.
I don't understand who bought it. Okay. How much did it sell for?
That's a good question. That's a good question. What do you think?
300.
Really?
Yeah. And hey, there could be something else here at play too. What do you think?
I think it sold for like 250.
Okay. Here, let me say this also. Let me post some crazy shit out there. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Malik didn't get the company.
I like where you're going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's going to poach Dave and start his own thing.
Oh, wow.
So
that's another crazy.
Yeah, that's another theory I have. There's three bidders there, let's say. I don't know if that's true or not, right?
I'm writing these down. Okay. So we got
Dave. There's three bidders there. Malik loses out. And Malik tells Dave, so Malik's sitting on this big pile of fucking cash, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he calls up Habibi in Saudi and says, Habibi. That means, I think, my loved one in Arabic.
Okay, nice.
A lot of Arabic growing up. Habibi. He says, Habibi, I have the Mexican on our team. I have El Mexicano on the team. We could peel off 1,000 affiliates. And so that's just another, I'm not putting my money there.
Right.
But I'm not like, if that happened, I'm not
surprised.
No.
Okay.
No.
So that's one scenario. Malik buys Dave.
Yeah, maybe Malik bought Dave. Maybe he's like, he just. I do think that CrossFit has a serious cap because of the fact that the affiliates are so ephemeral. Frank, what's up, buddy? Welcome back to the show. You said something nice about me before I could read it. Thank you. Oh, affiliates organized and collectively bought CrossFit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, are we writing that as a scenario?
I just want to say, if Malik bought it, I love Muslims.
Random affiliates purchase. Okay, got that in there.
Ephemeral. Thank you. Ephemeral. Yeah. Malik bought. Malik. He went there to get CrossFit, and he bought a Mexican. More is going to come out very, very soon. It's got to. And my question for you today, Matt, would be like, is there any reason why? Like, is there any reason why it won't be announced tomorrow? Like, is there? Like, why would there? So tell me, because I was rattling my brain. I'm like, would there be any timing issues? What are the timing issues?
I don't know if it's timing issues as much as like you already said it. I think the biggest portion, and you could speak to this, and we've had conversations of it before. So I'm basically going off of the information we have from when the company sold the first time. And one of the issues was with that was just wrapping their hands around like what the hell is going on with the affiliates? What's the correct affiliate count? How many of them are actually paying affiliates? How many of them plan to continue on to the next year? And then how do you actually value that? Because if right now, if I have 100 affiliates, and I went through this a similar thing with looking at buying the gym up the street, it's like if you have 100 members and they bring in $100 a month, when you buy that gym, you're effectively buying that top line revenue, and I'm buying all their members, right?
Right.
So if I do that and they have a really strong GM and coach that does the majority of the classes, in this case, that person is Dave, right? And we don't bring that coach in and we do this deal and I don't get the blessing of that coach prior to the deal going down. And then I buy it and then I come in and say, hey guys, I bought it. And we blindside that coach. He could say, screw this, you guys, we are the community here. I don't want to go with this Matt dude. I'm starting my own thing at a park.
And we've seen people even more aggressively. There's a 1,000 stories of coaches who just leave and take a bunch of clients with them.
And take a bunch of clients. So in a deal like this, when your strongest line of revenue is affiliates, and you're taking, I can't imagine the games did very well in 2024 profit wise. I do still make the claim, and I have no evidence for this, but I do still make the claim that I think it was probably the most profitable year. We'll never know because of the tragedy. But like, let's say, taking the games aside, if you look at training and you look at affiliates, what's your stronger revenue line? It's going to be affiliates. Some of them you've had for 15 years. So what's the lifetime value of that customer, right? It's really long lifetime profit of that customer. So that's going to be your most important metric to really understand and do due diligence on. So I could see it being pretty close and being hung up on due diligence. When I see Dave post what he posted or reposted from Malik, he's already made publicly claim like he doesn't just do stuff half-assed. All of it's very intentional.
He said in Pedro's thing, I do everything intentionally.
When he's public facing, I completely agree with that. I've seen it, right? So
I think even when he said, I'm not going back to Albany, I think that was intentional.
So that was a signal. And I think with this repost, it's a signal. You already brought up everything why Dave is so important, because if we're going to say that I've heard when I've done the different research with the map, it's gone from 9,900 affiliates down to now I think they might even below 8,000 affiliates or below 9,000 affiliates. So if that number is still in free fall and you have somebody like Dave that can make a big shake in the community and just say like, hey, I don't agree with this. And the second this is sold, I'm out and I'm doing my own thing and I'm taking off. That can make a big disruption in terms of the evaluation of the affiliates, which is essentially going to be evaluated all the way through the company. So I just think it's just held up as a mess right now in due diligence. I mean, did they ever get their hands wrapped around it from where Greg was? I mean, no offense, but it was kind of a mess, wasn't it?
Hold that thought. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you biomaxpeptides.com. We will be staying at the biomaxpeptides.com house when we are in Albany. And don't let it scare you away just because it got Taylor Self kicked out. You should know that CrossFit does not test for peptides. Actually, I don't know if that's
true. But if you make a commercial, they will ban you.
BPC 157. Any injuries you have, you should consider it. Look into it. Get educated. Biomaxpeptides.com. Use Hiller or Sevon to get free shipping. I want to say that it's a very difficult thing to get your head wrapped around. The variables around affiliates, right, there's paying affiliates, there's affiliates that are past due, there's affiliates that are past due that you've contacted, there's nonprofits, there's affiliates that have had their fees waived. And so like when you ask the number how many affiliates there are and someone tells you 8,700 and then you find out, 700 of them we haven't been in contact with a year, that shit gets weird. Someone has to always be making that determination on the books. Like, hey, when do you take someone off the books as an affiliate? Is it 1 month? Is it 2 months? Is it 3 months? So it's not so much that the books were a mess and like no one knows what they're doing. It's just that there's some, what are you going to do? And especially through the COVID years, right? Like, are you just going to fucking boot everyone who misses a payment?
Yeah, that's crazy. That part is probably crazy. And I didn't mean it like in a mess, like it was just completely disorganized. I meant in the sense of like, unless you really have a streamlined operation of like, we know where each affiliate is in the pipeline, which I don't even have a solution for that. I'm just saying, like, unless you have that,
they do
all the things you said.
They do. And then it just requires a lot of different numbers. And then you just see them without, emotion. I don't think Danielle Brandon cares what happened and being outed based on her post. Oh, all right.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
She too will be coming to the with the new owner.
And I think that if you're starting the discussions around numbers and stuff like that, Chris Cooper talks about this with gyms all the time. You basically go and you're like, how many members do you have? And they'll say, oh, I have 200 members. So then you have this big number and you might start telling yourself the story about how successful the gym is. But then when you look into it, you're like, oh, 20 of these people are on grandfathered rates. Some of these people don't even pay their family members. Like a few of these people, you know, there's all these different situations from all your members that are coming in. And then when you go to actually evaluate that, like the gym and evaluate and be like, here's where all the members are, and they look into it, they're just going to be like, holy crap, we can't trust any of these numbers. So now we have to do like a deep dive on like what's actually happening here.
What happened to capeptides.com? Great question. The website still works. It takes you to the Biomax Peptides website. Just Sarah's adding products to her line, and she just felt that Biomax Peptides was a better name that encompassed all the products and not pigeonhole it just there. So, but I want to go back to the timeline. Would there be any? Is the games even a significant? Is there any reason why you would wait till after the games? Is there any? I'm just completely making this up. Should they announce it like at the game so that there's like all this noise and that so the affiliates are maybe distracted and it's not like a big deal? Any thought like what would the timing be? Is the timing going to be just based on when Berkshire looks in the account and they see Malik's money in there? Or do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or maybe they have some other contingencies that I haven't even thought of.
And I think that's what is happening. So I think you probably have multiple different phases in the cell with lots of contingencies depending on how things going. I think it's advancing. I don't think the games has anything to do with this. I think when it comes to how it's announced is going to be way more on the new buyer, not Berkshire. The second I was buying it and it was like, okay, you're going to be the buyer. Like, we're just going to go through this process and finish the acquisition. I would demand that, like, hey, I want to roll out how we're going to do this as much as possible. Like, it's going to get leaked because of people like us and things like that. Right. But like, you want to be able to try to strategize when you want that to come out as much as possible. I wouldn't put it before the games. That seems like you would just put stuff into a tailspin. It's unfortunate that it's happening around this time because I do think it's taking up a lot of internal bandwidth. I feel like a lot of the employees are just like, what the hell are we doing? And the second you lose, like, where are we going and what's happening, which we already have talked about ad nauseum, how there's not really that in the company. But then when you have it at this degree, like, are we going to have a job in 2 months? What's going to happen by January? And you start thinking that.
Let me throw this out there, Susan. If the employees know that they're, especially the leadership, if the leadership knows a sale is coming, it's hard for them to make targets, long distance targets. So they're basically just parked in the harbor. The sooner that they say the sale has happened, the sooner they can get rid of the people they don't want anymore and then get this thing repositioned to look down at the horizon and see where they want it to go. I will say this. Last night, someone did call me and they did say, hey, Sevon, I know you started working at the company when there were only 300 affiliates and you were in charge of everything forward facing. And you were let go at 15,000 affiliates. And then since then it's gone down to 8,000. Do you have any insights? We would like to hire you on as a consultant.
Really?
No, I made that up.
Oh, I was like, that's a smart move. Whoever did that.
The last part I made up.
Yeah, I was like, that's actually a good move. Like, why would you not go back to the people that were there during the heyday and be like, what were you guys doing? And then you just intake all that information because there's nuggets of shit that you guys were doing there that could easily replicate and start to get it back on track.
There's only, since Rosa bought the company, there's only one person that's a post Greg hire that's ever had any interest in hearing how we got to where we got. How it was the fastest growing chain. It's kind of crazy. I don't want to out them.
Got it.
Okay. But you probably know who it is. Just Dung Beetles, because I don't know if they would get in trouble for it. Just Dung Beetles pushing bullshit around the room.
Trish has been kind of on us today. She's like, she's not stoked. I mean, she's not like 100% wrong in her comments either, but like, she's just not stoked on this.
CrossFit sold at discount because they said Sevi was a part of the deal. So The sale will occur. When it will be announced, who knows? If I suspect that it's going to be the people who are involved in the sale must be tripping, because this is the kind of thing that if anything leaks, people will be in big trouble.
Yeah.
And probably not because it's it's like the first test for the team. And so there'll be a lot of people like myself and Souza, like ants crawling all over the room, looking for posts and hints and clues. No difference than, there's a guy there's a website called Mac Rumors. It's just pure flattery. It's what we do.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? We're ants and we just scavenge and look for breadcrumbs. And there's no obviously. I mean, some idiots think that there's ill intent. There's not. It's fun. I was so excited today when I saw that post. I was like, Susan, let's do a show. Let's do a show.
I
Go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, do you think the money has changed hands? Do you already think it's sold?
I think that Malik took a big chunk of money and put it somewhere. Is that called escrow? And
Yeah.
they're looking at it. And now there's I really do think that Malik doesn't want to part. I think they're fighting over the affiliate thing. I think
Mhm.
they're really fighting over the fact, like, hey, dude, what if we buy this ship and tomorrow it breaks down?
Yeah.
I think that's all.
I
And I also think that the sellers are constantly looking for new. I think there's a lot of head games going on, because I think the sellers obviously want to find the highest sale, because that's where they get their cut from Berkshire, right?
right. Yeah. I think that it's sold already. If I were to put my money on it, I think that it has gone, like a certain amount, like let's call it like a deposit, like a hold or something, has gone into escrow with enough to where they are now allowing Malik to talk to the internal team. Does that make sense?
Say that one more time. Who's allowed to talk to who? Say it one more time.
Malik is. So like,
Oh, yes.
and
Yes.
again,
Oh, yes. I think that's it's very, I'm tripping that Dave is away from the ranch at this time of year.
because it's so
I'm
close to all the games testing
so
and stuff.
close to the games. Yeah. I wish I could find out how stressed he is and how he's possibly doing that. I don't know. Maybe he's delegated it to Boz or, Chuck or Lucas Zepeda, or but something is going on.
Yeah, but I
And
would imagine he has a compartmentalization skill, right?
oh
Like,
my
he could
God.
just be like, "Okay,
choke
everything's chaos going around."
choke one person with one hand and kiss his wife goodbye in the other hand. I mean,
Yeah.
that motherfucker can compartmentalize. Yeah.
So, I think he could have all the chaos going around in the background and still, like, when he shifts his focus to the games and what needs to happen there, I think he's 100% in on that. So, I don't think it's helping, but I don't think it's harming him as much. I so when we bought the gym currently that I have 12 years ago, we purchased it. We had already had it. We didn't tell anybody. A month went by. Then we were like, okay, like, people are starting to rumble a little bit, like, oh, is Mike still buying this? Like, who's the news guys? They've been walking around with him a lot in the building. What's happening here? And so about a month after we bought it, maybe a month and a half, then we're like, okay, let's bring all the coaches in so we could talk to them first and give them the know-how. Hey, this is, and what I did when we brought them in is I campaigned. I created a vision for, here's where CrossFit's at as we switch it over to CrossFit Livermore. This is all the cool stuff. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be
We're going to have
investing.
30,000 members in the next 10 years.
Got super, got everybody like super stoked on it, and then officially made the announcement to the members probably like a month after that, and it was damn near pointless because at that point the coaches has went and told. But and if Malik is smart, this is what he's thinking too, and I know he is with watching some of the stuff he's done. We let the coaches sell that this is a great thing, not me, not the new owners that came in to buy it that is going to like repaint over their precious logo and shit. We let the new coaches be like, oh, I can't really tell you this right now, but you guys are going to be stoked. They invested 60 grand worth of equipment that's going to be showing up. They're putting paint on the walls. So I think that's where they're at in this.
Let me say one more thing, which is interesting. What if that's the plan with DeCoons and Dave? They're not actually, they're part of the contract. They have to stay there for a minimum of 2 years or a year and put a big smile on their face. And
Yeah.
DeCoons has to make sure that the affiliates don't leave. And Dave has to make sure that fucking the company stays together, that the employees stay strong, that morale stays high, that the games keeps going. And don't forget, he runs the training team. That's where all the money's made, the guaranteed money. Maybe that they're like, I don't think we'll know when this sells. even if we look and see that Dave still works there, I don't know if we'll know right away.
I agree.
Do you know what I mean? He might just be like,
yeah, you know,
like just kissing babies and shit.
You know, it'd be crazy, and I would do this for sure. Is the first thing I would do when I get in charge? I'd put Dave as like a CEO.
And who would run the games? Do you have him do both? I mean, do you have him do both? I mean, Dana White runs. He's the CEO, right? Or he's the president. You can make him president.
No, the long-term position for me for the games, like if I had my way, it's 100% JR.
Wow.
It's 100% JR.
Wow.
It's interesting if we play this hypothetical, like if he would take the job, because he's just so into just.
Is that even in? Do you think that's even in the new owners? The new owners. Let me say this first of all. You have to remember that no one's buying it without putting their own people in, right? Like they bought the car so they could drive it. No.
I mean, again, if you're smart, I changed coaches and stuff over time, but you don't come in and make a bunch of. You don't come in and start ripping shit out of the car right away.
Clydesdale, there has to be an agreement in place. Money may not have switched hands, but definitely moving in that direction.
Agreed.
Can you do a poll on how many affiliates are left in 12 months? Patrick, have we asked Frank about the details yet? Frank, why do you take? I don't understand why Frank takes such a. What's the deal? He just wants the affiliates to buy it. Can a boy have a dream? What's the deal?
Man, he's just hostile towards me.
Is he? He's hot. Well, I mean, Hiller just ass pounds him whenever he can. Why? What did Frank do? Oh.
I mean, I'll like poke at him or something, but
like on the scale, like who's worse, Halpin or Frank?
Halpin.
Yeah, I mean, it's relativity.
I mean, unless we get a timeline of this sale, that would put Halpin back in my book. 6:55, Dave meets with Malik. 7:54, they both go for the Schultz Saker at the same time.
75% will be replaced immediately within 6 months. I have been part of 3 buyouts and always those numbers. Hopefully, Ken, what they do, the problem with Rosa's mindset is Rosa thought that he could add more employees and that would help growth. Hopefully that they don't hopefully they don't do that. I mean, I think that if they got rid, honestly, if they got rid of half of their employees at HQ, they could double their output.
Dude, 100%.
So think about the equation on that. I want to bring up this clip too. I didn't see the. Is it here?
I think everything should be at the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So here it is. I have not watched this yet, but someone sent this to me. Have you seen it?
Either have I. I'm the first comment on there.
Oh shit!
I've never seen this.
So this is Daniel Chafee, crazy well respected, crazy successful gym and some of the highest rents in the world in France. He has several gyms, been around forever. Was able to navigate a good friendship with with Greg, with Rosa, with Dave, with everyone. Just a real gentleman doesn't do it justice, but a high caliber human being, like someone like any mom would be proud of this guy. And he's the country manager over, I think, or the continent manager. He's the European, I think, affiliate manager. I think he's like, little Dacoons, European Dacoons.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Except he's straight. Not that you're not Dacoons, just most of the people aren't. Yeah, he gets along with the gay community really well too. Daniel.
He gets along with everybody.
He's non-binary.
He knows how to move.
Yeah, he's fluid. He's a good dude.
He's fluid.
Anyway, if you called the shots at CrossFit, what would you do in the first 90 days? Oh, international director of CrossFit. I don't even have to make up a name. Okay, there it is.
There we go.
There you go. All right. Here we go. It's a clip from the Infinitely Scalable podcast. All right. And this guy's cool for a European.
Service, literally at the service of the community and of the affiliates. So, for example, a product team or tech team.
For example, like, do you see already why I love him? He says of service, he's like Fikowski, but with substance. He says something big picture with service, and then he says, for example, thank God.
Then he's going to break it down.
They shouldn't be dictating what their priorities are. It should be the field teams who come back and say, this is what we need. Developing a kickback from the open.
Hey, dude, this guy's fucking awesome. Like, you don't even have to agree with him. He's saying shit.
Right. It's in the observable world.
I wanted them to be transparent. Dude, if people wanted transparency, this would be the only place you would go. Anytime someone says they want transparency, there's no transparency anywhere but fucking here in the space.
I would release the investigation on Lazar in my first 90 days, along with the Epstein files.
You don't even know what fucking transparency is. Holy shit. I was going to say something about Talking Elite Fitness, but I want to be nice. Okay, here we go. So a kickback for open to the affiliates. That's something he's like saying stuff.
For affiliates, I think it's an idea we've been speaking about for years, right? And it's just like the can's been kicked down the road. Well, maybe stop kicking the can down the road. Well, yeah, but you don't do the open for money. Well, no, you don't. But crikey, those 3 weekends, I'm glad it's no longer 5.
What did he say? Cranky?
Crikey.
I don't know what that means, but crikey.
Because it's that you end up your team on their knees, man. You know?
I love it when my team's on the knees. I love it when my team's on the knees.
I just love the fact
you work all week and then you're doing Friday night lights until 2 a.m. in France, and then it's like, poof, and then the guy that couldn't pitch up on the Friday, he wants to come in on a Saturday afternoon, so you're going into to judge. It's like you're fried, So a kickback on that, I think, would be logical. I think that would help open numbers and official open numbers. I still think there are 500,000 people doing the open.
For sure.
I think that there are
God, this guy's so fucking good.
as many doing an intramural open as opposed to like the official registered open. I would do that. I would also with regards to the sport, I'd set out a season that's the same for the next 5 years. There'll be no major changes in format, little tweaks maybe, but no major changes. So you can anticipate. And also it's like, competition organizers, the Touring Pro guys, Copa Sur, and I organize the French Federation. It's like, we can't even book a space or a date because we don't know if we're going to be a semi. We don't know if there's going to be a season. So you end up booking something late, super expensive, and then losing a shit ton of money. Mm-hmm. And then going, I regret doing this. And it shouldn't be that way. Everything should be done as a win-win situation. I think everything should be at the service.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy who says shit.
There's only one thing I disagree with in that whole statement. He said community instead of CrossFitters.
Oh, we can fix that. We can talk.
We'll just AI switch it real quick and repost the clip.
Yeah, we're the club.
He's absolutely right. The major takeaway is he fucking gets it from an affiliate owner perspective. To me, that is everything. Because when you talk about the open, and I'm going to have somebody tell me, hey guys, let's get participation up. Hey, let's do this. Hey, let's do that. And you've never ran an affiliate. You've never ran a Friday Night Lights. You don't know the ins and outs of dealing with the community. Like he said, then the one dude that shows up on the Saturday because he can't come at that one time, and coaches or yourself are making arrangements for them. Like, you have no clue what it takes to pull that off. None of them do. Not Nicole.
Can I tell you, I hate it.
You hate what?
Giving my kickback to the affiliates for the open.
I didn't say kickbacks.
Oh,
I don't actually. I think there's meant.
But I'm okay with his idea. I just don't think once you do it, you can never walk it back. You got to be careful.
Well, what's a kickback?
I don't know. Like for every person who signs up, you give them 5, you keep 15.
Exactly. So it doesn't need to be money.
Oh,
we take your whole affiliate out with a free booth at the games, and you get a VIP spot.
Oh.
We give you L1.
They have plenty of spots.
We give you L2s. We give you a private L1 or private L2. You get access to the CEO to have a conversation and dinner. We fly you out. There's multiple things you could do without it being monetary. And most people just think monetary. Affiliate owners are some of the easiest fucking people to appease. You get 30 of them in a room and you give them a half-ass cold lunch, and they all leave and they're like, this is the greatest thing ever. We need to do more stuff about this. The low cost entry that you could do for not only a fucking gathering for affiliates, or you could put together some sort of incentives, like I said, to give away other things outside of monetary value. And then why don't you also make it easy for the affiliates to talk to each other and build some sort of momentum going into the open? Why don't you have an open council that's happening behind the scenes at affiliate town halls that are explaining and giving away for free all the stuff that they do to make the open easier on their gym. And then at the same time, why aren't you having those discussions and things like that out in the open? So then that way, all the affiliate owners could kind of be like, okay, everybody's jumping on the train and doing the open this year, and we're going to make it cool again. I mean, fuck, make a commercial again with Chris Spieler walking outside like he's pretending to get the mail, doing a bunch of snatches, running up and being like, well, what are you going to do with all this fitness? I'm going to join the open. Like, it just shows that there is no effort being put forth toward it. And for me, when I hear somebody like him speak, even if I didn't agree with his ideas, but in that clip I did, but let's say I didn't agree, I would respect the hell out of what he's saying because he understands what we do. And that's huge.
Yeah. It's nice that someone says something that you can actually hold on to.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I appreciate those at least those guys in Europe, the Cuck podcast. At least they gave us some stuff to hold on to. Although they just kept calling us fucks. Did you
like us as a group? Nobody watches those guys or appreciates it. But we really hope they pick this clip up so somebody watches this because nobody fucking watches what we do. So
the fucks. Hey Patrick, real quick question. Do you the Cuck podcast said that I don't like Brian because he goes to non-CrossFit events. Could you tell me where that comes from? I'm just so curious because it never even is that victim mindset shit? Is that, I don't mean to put you on the spot here, but you're a good commenter. Is that because we're not covering all the things he does? Because he's said that before. Why don't they cover all the things I do? Well, because you get 10 views. And because we're not interested in the Italian throwdown. But does he actually think that we're mad at him for doing that? Non-CrossFit events? Does he think that? Because that's, and I don't mean to put you in a weird spot. I know you didn't say it or Brian didn't say it, but it's bizarre. Not sure. Ask Brian. Oh, please. Wow. Come on, Patty. You know everything. No, Patty. No. I think Sevon, just like Brian before WTF was started. Yeah, I'm not. I listen. I don't have 15 hours to hear the same shit from Brian for the 75th time. I tried. No one can say I didn't try. All right, so that's the deal. CrossFit's been sold. When the details will come out, we'll be the first to let you know. I promise you. I am curious. There was some, early on. WT1819. Thank you.
Welcome.
Magnus. Magnus Holmgren, my favorite. More important, Sevi beat Dave and beat Bajent. Oh, I did? What do you get?
You did?
Hey, dude, I didn't even try.
How does Magnus know that though?
Dave must have registered.
And I saw that he did it, and I didn't hear what he said because I didn't listen to the story, but I saw he tagged you and he tagged Bajent in it.
I feel very badly for Brian, friend. Me too. While misguided somewhat, he seemed to be a good man. Okay, I can go with that. And has been severely abused by the Sevon posse. Dude.
Oh, wait, here. I got you.
Hey, dude, I couldn't agree with you more. I feel very bad. There's a couple more paragraphs, and then you need a but. and. But yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Yeah, you should go. Hey, dude, you know what you could do? You could just go over to his channel, open up another window and hit play. You don't have to watch it and turn the volume down so he gets views.
Let it just run all the way through. Wait, I want to ask you a question. Please. I saw a comment on Jenny's recent Dens updates. Which, by the way, is still the ultimate. Like, the timing of her doing that is so great because even when I get up at 4:45 in the morning and like as the coffee's going, I always throw that thing on. Somebody commented in there and they said
on YouTube or on her
on YouTube on her most recent one.
Okay.
And they were like, "Hey, do you think that having that song play?"
That was a great comment. That was a great comment.
For people that have already heard it or like regular viewers of the show, they stop your show before it finishes and does that fuck up the algorithm. And I was thinking to myself, damn, he's probably right.
That's a great comment. I'm really pissed at Hiller that he didn't tell us that.
Because if that watch time goes through all the way, which by the way, everybody watches you're gonna watch the whole Dens updates. You don't stop halfway through. So confirmed by Hiller. Dude, the other thing, Andrew, one of my, I have
Hey,
a newer,
dude, do you know Bako? Do you know why Jeff Bako watches Dense Updates?
because it's great reporting. Why?
He's so enamored by the hammers.
Ah,
Hey, Jeff, I want you to be really honest with me. If she's like wearing something that's like you can't even see the size of them, I'm not even talking about something revealing. Do you pass? Do you skip? Are you bummed in the mornings when it's like, ugh, she got a sweatshirt on? Be honest. Boss man, I stop halfway through and take my morning poo.
okay.
Why don't you just take her in the bathroom with you? Nope, her face is enough for you. Wow. Okay.
Oh,
Fair enough. Yeah.
all right.
Me too. All right. The hammers are a bonus. All right.
Fair enough.
Isn't it weird? Jeff Bako's so just straight laced and just a curmudgeon, but even he loves the hammers. Hey, one more thing real quick.
Yeah.
Or are you going to forget what you're going to say?
Nope.
I was watching some other podcasts today and I was thinking to myself, man, these people haven't grown at all. It's the same shit over and over. They don't ever get out of their comfort zone. There's nothing ever like surprising or intriguing or provocative or shocking or inspirational. They're just stuck in just this complacency. And I when I was watching them do the show, I was like, fuck, this is what I imagined like it was to be an adult when I was a little kid, when I would see adults hanging out. And it was just like someone on Instagram, Taylor Self made a your mom comment on Instagram, and some chick's like, I can't believe you're a married grown man and you talk like that. And I'm like, wow, there's really people like this. There's just this cohort of just like, I don't know what it is, but you've just been stifled. Don't do that. Let yourself free. Be cool. Get fine. I don't have that many hammer shirts.
Vindicate.
Set it up. The hammers.
Need a handful of tank tops, real low cut ones.
Okay.
So what I was saying was that I have newer members of the gym, and they're like starting to really get into CrossFit now. They're probably there like a year, maybe a little over a year and a half. And I was talking to one of the girls, and I was like, "Hey, do you follow any of the CrossFit Games athletes? Like, are you into any of that? Do you watching the media?" And she's like, "Yeah, I do with some of it." And I was like, "Who do you watch?" And so she said some of the the normal stuff out there, and she had mentioned Hiller. And I was like, "Hey, do you watch the CrossFit Games stuff, like the Road to the Games?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can you do me a favor? Have you watched Hiller's most recent video with Fee?" And she's like, "No." And I haven't seen the recent Games one. I was going to go home and watch some of that tonight. So I was like, "Cool. Just let me know what you think of it." And she nailed it. It was the same type of thing that I was thinking, where when you have somebody like Hiller that goes out there and shoots, and this is probably the missing link to some of the media that's being put out a little bit, is like he is making you invest into the person, like emotionally. Right? Whether it's Folo and like you watched her like just lose it, and like is she going to come back in the season, and what's that story is, or Fee with her story, what happened at college, and like what the reason why she does CrossFit and all this stuff. And she goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, they're both great." And she's like, "But I watched the ones for CrossFit." She's like, "I honestly partly through she watched Hiller's Fee first and then the one with CrossFit afterwards." And she's like, "I felt like I was almost being sold something with CrossFit, because it was just montages of them in the gym and just kind of floating around with them throughout their day." And I was thinking it's almost like what you were saying with the adults. Like some of them have kind of like surface level conversation, or it's just kind of like whatever. It doesn't really give you any opinions. It's not bad. It's not good, but it's just kind of okay. And then when Hiller leans into it, it's like you get all this emotion and you get this rawness, and like you're able to connect on a deeper level, which like not only humanizes them, but then makes you want to go root for them later.
I watched the Ariel Lowen, Alexis Raptis one that CrossFit did,
Mhm.
and I was fucking glued to it. And my son, it was 22 minutes long. And at the 15-minute mark, my son's sitting there, Avi, and he goes, "Is she married?" I said, "No." He said, "Does she have a boyfriend?" I'm like, "I don't know." He goes, "That's crazy." I go, "Why?" He goes, "She's cool." So for me, that was like a thumbs up. But the CrossFit has to do both those things. Hey, I'll say it. I've said it before. I've pitched it. What they should have done this year, and it's not too late. They can do it next year. They should have paid Hiller just a chunk of money that would have been nothing to CrossFit. Just pay for his travel and his hotel and make sure he's taken care of. Have him make all the videos. Let him air it on his channel and your channel, and that's a deal. That's a wrap. and you don't have to micromanage them. You don't have to give them input. You don't have to give them feedback. Just like yeah. It's they got to think out of the box. Hopefully the new owners will be less risk averse. I mean, these owners are really, I mean, compared to when we come from the Glassman days, these owners are really risk averse.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have a marketing team, you got a problem. CrossFit gets lucky with the personality sometimes. It is way too formula. Dude, I'm gonna watch the Ricky one here. People told me they didn't like the aerial wrap this one. I loved it.
Well, and that's not a knock at the crew doing the stuff with CrossFit at all.
Right.
I'm just saying, like, the media and people's attention has evolved in a way that, like, you don't not just want to see the person in front of you, you don't just want to connect with them, but you want to see the interaction of the people who are making it too. So, like,
well, Hiller's invested that, so we give a shit. I mean, they're not going to be able to compete with that. CrossFit's not going to be able to compete with that.
That's right. That's why it makes it so much more valuable to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would strike a deal with Hiller, and I would be like, hey, I'm going to give you $100,000, and from here's a window of time. I want to do 10 cases on the athletes. I want a couple promotions from each one, and then you have two options. It lives on our channel, and you promote it live through your channel and videos leading up to it, or we pay you a little bit less and it lives on your channel, and you don't have promotion obligations. And I would, that's why.
How about both? I'd want to with him. Yeah, I'd let it be on both, at least in the beginning, the first couple of years. I'd want to show that, hey, we're cool.
I would do that by promotion, but I would want all the views if I paid for it. I'd want to get my channel going again. And so if you do it, you're going to split the attention. They're all going to go to Hiller. The algorithm's going to favor Hiller. He's killing it. CrossFit YouTube channel is just damn near dead. So I would pay him for promotion on his channel, but I'd want it to live on my channel.
Ariel has a really low IQ rating out of all the top CrossFitters.
Mm-hmm.
Low Q?
Low Q?
Low T? Joel, don't tell the owner they need to pay $10,000 a week to make a good video like you did. Shut the fuck up. Just shut the
Frank's comment, he asked, why would they pay Hiller? He's doing it for free in all caps. Dude.
Wait, where's his why?
Yes. So why would you pay Hiller? Because he's not doing it for them. They're not getting like Hiller is making this, and then Hiller is getting all the association with those athletes. He's getting all the clout. He's getting everything that comes with that fucking video, dude. So like, of course, like that's just stupid. He's not doing. Come on. Wait, what is Athena confused about?
Souza, I'm confused. Isn't the same team doing the road to the games? It's always done them. No, Ian is there and he's doing a great job. But Marsden and Heber aren't there. I'm not there. Jay's not there.
About though,
I think she's saying like, why wouldn't they be as good as before? I think they are as good. I think also just shit has evolved, man. Like Souza's saying, the storytelling's evolved.
That's what I was going to say. Like, you can't pull the stuff out from 2018, 2015, 2016 and put it into 2025's media ecosystem and think that you're going to have the same outcomes. There wasn't a Hiller back then. You owned the attention with CrossFit Games YouTube channel. You owned that attention. Everybody went there for those. It was, you had the, like one of the European dudes said, the monopoly on it, which was hilarious. But that made sense for then. You have to evolve. I mean, even with this show, in the times that we, you know what I mean? Like, there's always evolutions of what you're making. And I do think it matters a lot more now that the interaction of who's filming it. Again, not saying that the road to the game stuff is bad by all means. I'm just stating something that was a observation.
With Hiller, you're getting this huge bonus because it's Hiller.
Right.
And that's like, so you always have two stories going at once. You know, with the road to the games, you're learning about the athletes. With the Hiller videos, you're seeing Hiller, who we all know and love, interact with the athletes, and you get the athletes.
That's right.
When we were doing road to the games, YouTube reached out to us, Google reached out to us, and they're like, we had a Google manager, obviously, and they were like, holy shit, you know that your sports promotion UFCs are the best on all of Google, on all of YouTube. And our YouTube station had more traffic than fucking the NBA. Crazy, right?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah. Yeah, they were pretty excited about us. Facebook, we had a deal with Facebook for 2019. It's fucking crazy to think
Yeah.
about it. But I think it was 2019. We had a deal with Facebook set in place, did for a 3-year deal, and we were going to be their first like sports on their sports channel, whatever they were doing there. We fucked that up. That was free. Like they were going to pay us $15 million. We had to do. We were already making the content. All we had to do was be like, "Hey, stream it."
Damn.
They didn't ask us to do anything different than we did for CBS, and at the time, CBS, I think it was CBS, didn't care if we also gave it to Facebook.
Wow.
CrossFit did Clydesdale. CrossFit did videos with people with a shot of making it. Tia Wright example. Then you saw her story and rooted for its regionals. I think Haynes used to put it to her, or he wanted to. Can't remember. Sorry, Tia, if that's not true. Yeah, maybe this is it.
Interesting.
Patrick, I was doing the deal. How the fuck can you know more than me? All right. I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Max Dossel will be on.
Poet.
No one's discrediting Annie. She's a 2-time champion. Just her IQ is not as high as we thought it was. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye.